Hey guys, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. Tonight I'm going to show you a MOC I've been working on for the last few weeks, which I'm very excited about. So tonight I'm going to give you a quick tour. I've done a couple of scenes. I want to just show you this creation of mine. And then in the next video I'll actually go through in detail and show you a lot of the things I've done inside this set. But those of you who remember, I got for Father's Day last year one of these Sanctum Sanctorum sets, set number 76108, and at that point I did say I wanted to build it out into something more. I wanted to make it bigger. I wanted to fill out the interior of it. What I've actually done here is I took a second one of those sets and then a bucket load of extra parts, and I've combined them into one big set, and I wanted to give it my own twist. Quite a lot of people have done sort of MOCs of this set. Like, for example, it usually has the pizza here. I've gotten rid of that one. I've actually gone with an angled front here. I've only seen one other MOC that has an angled front, and it's a much bigger build than this one, and actually slightly different approach to that angle as well. I've tried to set a bit of a scene here as well, and there's some stuff on the interior that I haven't seen anyone else do, which I'm very pleased with. I've done a few extra details on the outside, but like I said, I'm going to actually go through the detail stuff in a separate video, because there's actually quite a lot of it when I look at this set. And some of my friends who I talk to, like Dr. McBrick and the Lego Room, will be quite pleased to see that I finally built this thing, because I keep sending them photos every other day saying, what do you think, should I do this, should I do that? So thank you guys for your input and your support. So in this scene here we've got Lord Business buying a newspaper. Down there we've got GJBricks just hanging out by the tree I put on the front. I just wanted to have something on the front here. I just thought it really finished off that corner. And then we've got the accident prone collectible minifigure there underneath Spider-Man, Iron Spider-Man correction, who's up on the roof there. I don't think that's the best place for him to actually be walking through, if I'm honest with him. Now this whole thing is completely modular, so I'm going to start by showing you the ground floor, the middle floor, and then the top floor. And I'm very proud of what I've done here, so let's get into it. As we go into the ground floor, we've got the grand staircase. Now I've modelled this off of the Avengers movies, the Marvel movies rather, where he actually has this grand staircase coming in, which I thought set the scene really well for coming into this building. I've used a few parts from a second set, which was the other Sanctum Sanctorum set, the 76060 set. So there's some extra shelving around here. There's a couple of pieces here. This one's from that set. This one's from that set. There's extra chests around here. We've got Iron Man and Ebony Man having a fight there. I've used both the chairs just by the front door. I just thought they kind of finished that off quite nicely. As I said, I've gone with the grand staircase here. Now there is one really important feature here, and that is this door here leads to the bathroom. You can't actually see the bathroom because it's underneath here, but there's a bathroom under there, which is, I thought, very important for superheroes, except for Iron Man, obviously, who's got a filtration system in his suit. But that gives you a quick tour of the interior there. I've made the grand staircase curve in slightly because I just thought it gave a really nice shape. And then up here we've got the table at the top of the stairs. I think I saw that one in one of the pictures, so that's where the kind of idea for that one came from. Moving up to the middle floor, you can see I've used the balcony approach again, very much modelled off of the Marvel movies there, with this grand staircase coming up and opening up. I've got a big window here. I'm going to actually do some extra stuff with that one, but I'll talk about that in my other video. I've just built a little chest over here with a door on it, so there's some few things in there, some books and a special diamond tucked away. We've got a book over here under the spiral staircase, which I'll talk about in a second. Just on this side, there's not a lot going on over here. I've used a lot of the original pieces. I've just added a table over here because I thought it really needed something just to finish off that window. That seemed like an easy way to do it. Building on an angle in Lego is very hard, I've discovered. It took me several days to actually get this side to a point where I was happy with it. You can see I've kept some of the original weapons and stickers and things like that. One of the original chests there. I used these gold pieces around in here because they were actually on my pick-a-brick wall at the right time, so I just stocked up on those. And then again, I've kept using the weaponry that came with the various sets all around the room here just to build it out a bit. One thing I'm really pleased with on this floor as well is this spiral staircase in the corner that leads up to the upstairs. I'm very happy with how that turned out, and it's all clipped into the wall here, so that's great. I'm very happy with how that looks and how that turned out. Let's go upstairs now and see what's going on the roof and in the top floor of the building. Up on the roof, I've decided to include a trapdoor here because I thought, oh, a hatch up onto the roof, because it was important for the minifigures to be able to get up here. I've got just a small air conditioning unit here. And then all of the chimneys from the original set, these are using a lot of the parts from that, but I've beefed them all up a lot, like adding this extra lip here. They're all taller. They look a lot more like they serve a purpose. Now I have a lot of chimneys on here, but I thought they looked kind of cool, to be perfectly honest, which is why I kept them. There's a bit of an overlap here with the next building, but it's actually sitting next to my assembly square, so it works quite well. Now, one thing I did have a lot of trouble with is this corner here, and you'll notice these grey pieces in here. I actually have a bricklink order with some black wings coming to replace that, so no comments on that, please. That will be replaced very soon. Got Spider-Man climbing up the outside here. I just wanted to put some pipes on the top and things to make it a bit more detailed, because this is obviously a New York City kind of building, and the roofs as the sort of creator sets don't have a lot of detail on them generally, so I was trying to put a bit of stuff on there to make it more interesting. I think I'm going to revisit that and get some extra parts to improve that, but it was more, I just really felt like it needed something like this just to make it feel kind of like it's alive and utilitarian and there's something going on here. I will say on one side over here, I haven't filled in all of the backs, partly because I ran out of parts, but also partly because it actually gives a bit of extra light here. So I'm going to detach this top floor and show you what's inside. So like I said, everything's modular, as you can see here. I've made it all come apart here, and this top roof here just comes away like that to show you what's inside. This is what I mentioned from the other Sanctum set, the 76060. I will confess that I did see this idea in a couple of other MOCs, including from my friend Bevan over at GJBricks. The link's in the corner here for his Sanctum. He had built a much bigger Sanctum than me. He had 3 of these sets, so he actually had a bit more space in here. Now I've tried to cram as much in here as I can. I've used bits from the 7606 set there. I've got the bookcases that came with the original set, modified slightly so they fit in there. I've got the minifigures from the 7606 set. The original desk is there with some extra detail, which again I'll talk through. I've just tried to make use of all of these stickers and things we had down here, which just look great. And I'm very happy with how this looks, to be perfectly honest. I think it looks really awesome. I love having this guy in here. There is one dirty little secret, which is on the back here. I haven't decided how to hide that yet, but I'm not too bothered about it. It actually adds a bit of character to it, I think. So I've tried to use as much as possible of the original set here. So we've got that window there, which is a fabulous window. But then on this side, I had to add a couple of extra windows in to actually finish it off. And I went with a 4 in the middle here, just because it made the numbers easier to work with. Anybody who's tried to build odd numbers knows how frustrating that can be. So that was what I built out to make it easy on myself. I did have a lot of fun trying to get this to work. I went through about 3 or 4 versions of it. I'm still not 100% happy with how it's attached. It's a little bit flimsy if you knock it off, because it's only attached by these 2, but it was the best way I could get the angle I wanted. So if anyone's got any good tips for how to build something like that in that space, let me know. I'd love to see it. I did do a lot of research to try and find some techniques for that one. I just want to go back to this bit of the building as well, because I didn't really show you it without the underneath there. So yeah, it's completely hollow, so you can see how that lobby works. I think I'm pretty chuffed with how this came together and how it sits on top of the ground floor there. So I've never done anything like this before, so I'm very happy with how it came out. I haven't seen many grand staircases built the way I built this one as well, which is I think pretty unique. I like the fact I got the curve on it as well, which is, I did do an older version you can see on my Pinterest page, which should be linked either in a card or down below. I did do a version that was straight, and I just decided it needed to be curved, and a couple of people said, oh, it's, you know, this just not enough room for that in this MOC, but I disagree. I think it actually works perfectly. You can see how it all goes back together nicely as a proper modular should. Everything just clips together here. Very happy. And the set, the Sanctum Sanctorum set that LEGO actually made originally for this is a great set. If you can get it, it's one of those sets that I think is coming to the end of its life now. There's a few sales on it, but it's a set that I think looked great in the first place, but doing something like this to it, I'm very happy. I really wanted to do this one, and I'm really chuffed with how it's come out. I'm very happy, as you can tell. So I'm going to do another video on this about, in the more detail, do kind of a review video, because there is a lot of things I put into this set I want to talk about, and it's going to take me a lot longer than this video to do it. So I wanted to give you a quick tour of this and show you what I've built. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks pretty awesome. It's my own twist on it as well. I haven't seen it done this way before, so very happy with that one. And the good news is I now have two versions of the New York Street Apartment as well, which I can use for another MOC I've got planned, which is excellent. That's excellent news. Let me know in the comments what you think of this MOC. Is it good? Have I done a good job? Would you change it? Would you improve it? What would you do differently other than putting in some black wings here, obviously? I have had a couple of people say they would plate over these bits on the front here to get rid of those studs. I am, confessed, tempted to do that one. I didn't have the parts to do it, so I have to order a load more plates to do that, because I don't have any plates left after doing this particular MOC. But that can be done. So let me know what you think. Give this video a like to let YouTube know that you've enjoyed it as much as I have making it. I am over the moon with having finally built this set the way I wanted to. It's been on my mind for so long, and I finally bit the bullet and did it, and I am over the moon with what's come out of it. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and turn the bell on. I post regularly. And now here's a couple more videos I think you will enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.